So you might have heard of this little disease called monkeypox, or as it's officially being called mpox, as it's getting talked about a lot both online and in the news, and that's because on Wednesday, August 14th, the World Health Organization declared the disease a global health emergency, or as the director of the World Health Organization, whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, said himself, it is a public health emergency of international concern. And according to an article from the BBC, the highly contagious disease formerly known as monkeypox has killed at least 450 people during an initial outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It has now spread across parts of Central and East Africa, and scientists are concerned about how fast a new variant of the disease is spreading and its high fatality rate. World Health Organization chief, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, said the potential for further spread within Africa and beyond is very worrying. A coordinated international response is essential to stop this outbreak and save lives, he said. If you guys want to read the whole article for yourselves, I'll leave the link for it in the description. Now, as the article says, the virus is mostly spreading throughout regions of Eastern and Central Africa, but those aren't the only places where the virus is spreading, as it is slowly starting to become a global thing, as recently Pakistan and Sweden have both reported confirmed cases of mpox. So clearly this thing is slowly starting to make its way around the world, and if it gets bad enough, we could potentially be seeing 2020 all over again with the COVID lockdowns and quarantines and social distancing and all of that. Now, I don't think a second pandemic due to mpox is going to happen anytime soon, because the odds of one happening are extremely low due to the way the virus spreads. As according to the World Health Organization, the virus mostly spreads through skin-to-skin contact, such as face-to-face, such as talking or breathing, skin-to-skin touching or vaginal/anal sex, mouth-to-skin contact such as oral sex or kissing the skin, respiratory droplets, or short-range aerosols from prolonged close contact. And because this is how the virus is transmitted, it's going to spread a lot slower globally, whereas COVID-19 is an airborne illness, which is how it was able to spread super fast around the world. So if you were hearing the news about mpox and freaking out about the possibility of a second pandemic and having flashbacks to 2020, you can relax, everything is alright, at least right now. The odds of another pandemic happening due to mpox are extremely low, but they're not zero. And like I always say, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But the good thing is, because the virus is not spreading that fast, at least not right now, there is a lot more time to take action against it. As I've seen this video on Twitter of a doctor in the World Health Organization named Michael Ryan who says yes, this is something that can be contained if we all work together to stop it. And I've also seen this other video from a woman named Dr. Maria Van Kerkhove, I think that's how you say it, who basically says that we need to act now in order to stop it, and that we should not wait until this becomes like a global threat in order to act. So it's definitely a very good sign that people within the World Health Organization are realizing right off the bat that this is something that could easily spiral into a global pandemic, and now is the time to act and start putting measures into place to prevent that from happening. And I do hope that there are ample measures put into place to try and contain this virus and prevent us from experiencing 2020 all over again. And fortunately, there is actually a vaccine that you can take against mpox, which is called the Jynneos vaccine. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say that, but you know what, I'm just gonna roll with it. According to the CDC, it's a 2-dose vaccine developed to protect against mpox and smallpox infections. People need to get both doses of the vaccine for the best protection. So thankfully, we have a vaccine that we can currently take instead of having to wait for one to be developed like with COVID. And because we not only have a vaccine already for this disease, but it looks like there are going to be measures put into place to try and combat it, the possibilities once again of a pandemic are extremely low, so you don't have to worry too much. But unfortunately, this situation is still developing, and mpox is clearly being spread to various parts of the world, albeit at a pretty slow rate. So this situation could easily get worse, and if there are any major updates on it, I will try to keep you guys updated. And that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.